Welcome to Sharing My Truth with Mel and Suzie, the uncensored version, where we bear it all.
We do. And welcome back to Share My Truth Pod. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Here's a sweet and supple friendly reminder to rate and review this podcast. Anywhere you're listening to it. Subscribe. We come up with episodes every Wednesday for your convenience. And if you want, you can go to sharemytruth.com where you can actually share your own truths with us. You can go and send us an email, send us a voicemail. You can go to Share My Truth Pod on any of our socials and send us a DM. If you want to watch this podcast, go to YouTube. Hey. And we'll see you there. Hey, babes.
Hello, darling.
How are you?
I'm fine. Fab.
Fine.
All's
Fab.
good. Little warmer. Everything's better.
You're childless.
No, I still have a child.
Oh, you still have one.
One at home.
Yeah, you're the one left.
So I'm back to the original position.
Got it. It's a lot.
The university one came
older
home
children.
left. It is, yeah. Generally, the amount of questions and the amount of funds.
Yeah.
I am practically bankrupt.
Nope.
No, I'm joking.
Oh, no. No, that's good.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Proud of
good.
her.
I'm very proud of both of my beautiful girls.
Oh, Mommy Mel.
I'm
It's
very
so
proud of them.
sweet. Well, speaking about sisters. No.
Yeah. This is like a very bizarre segue.
Yeah, so sorry. I did not actually mean to do that.
No.
But we have a funny little story. Mel found this article in Slate. And we're gonna just talk about the story that was written in to one of their writers. And we have some opinions about it.
It raises a lot of questions, which is why we're interested.
It definitely raises a few questions and interests. So let's take a listen, Mel. Give it away.
Go on then. Okay. My sister found evidence of another woman spending time at her house with her husband. I'm terrified she'll uncover the whole truth.
Yikes.
Here is the story. My sister Selena and her husband Jake have an open marriage. It isn't due to dysfunction in their relationship. They are both, let's call it, adventurous, and they often bring home partners to one another that they include in threesomes and foursomes. The trouble is that a week ago, Jake and I, oh dear, were sitting around drinking at his and my sister's place, and we ended up in bed together. Once we sobered up, we both regretted it. We agreed it couldn't happen again, and I went home. Unfortunately, according to Jake, Selena got back not long after I left. Jake had forgotten to put away the liquor glasses we used. She spotted my lipstick print on one of them and realized that Jake had had company. Selena teased him about not waiting for her to join in and suggested she'd like for him to invite his new friend back so the three of them could be introduced properly. Obviously, that's out of the question. Even though my sister and Jake's marriage is open, I still feel terribly guilty over what happened and can't imagine this going over well. Do we need to fess up, or is this something we should keep our mouths shut about forever?
Yikes.
Yikes is right.
Very interesting. So, they have an open relationship.
Yeah.
The guy obviously is at more fault than the sister, in my opinion. But they have an open relationship.
Well, look, as somebody who knows nothing from personal experience about open relationships, but my first question would be, do you not have rules? I mean, surely if you have an open relationship, from what I understand, most people have rules. Like, something like, yes, you can do it, but I have to hear about it, or it has to be in the home, or whatever it is. Some people have rules, right? I would think sleeping with your fucking sister is not on the fucking rule book.
It is very weird because it's like, why were you over at their place? Your sister doesn't know you're over there. So was this planned? Was it premeditated? This is where my question is, right? Because it's like you were over at their place, which I'm assuming is like a normal thing.
Yeah.
Like you were having wine with just him. Like you were over there with just him. This is where my question starts, right? She doesn't know you're over there, obviously.
Yeah. Yes.
Obviously.
Good
She
point.
doesn't know you're over there.
So why the hell was she there? Drinking
why were you there drinking wine
booze?
with your brother-in-law?
That's a very good question.
That is where my brain goes. I'm like, this was premeditated.
Yeah.
And I don't think you should fess up.
No.
Unless you want to ruin their relationship and your relationship with your sister.
I'm not
You
sure.
can't tell anyone ever. Unless you get pregnant, but then you're going to have an
Unless
abortion.
the whole world. But yeah, well, obviously we don't know the names. But unless Selena reads this, obviously her name isn't Selena, but if she reads this, she's bloody going to know, isn't she? But there are so many issues here. Like the open relationship, for once, is not my issue.
Mm-hmm.
Be impressed.
Wow. She's coming around. All my work is done. Yeah.
No. Not at all.
My work is not done. Got
But
it. Yeah.
they have a mutually consensual open relationships.
Yeah, it's an EMF.
It's a what?
It's an
ethically monogamous. Drop my glasses. Ethically
non-monogamous.
That's it. Non-monogamous.
Monogamous.
Yes.
Entity. ENM. Did I say EMF? ENM. EMF. I don't know what EMF is. Someone can educate me on that.
It's probably something
Way
weirder.
dubious. Yeah, EMF.
Yeah. And that you've
You know.
decided that. So whatever anybody else thinks, that's none of their business.
Mhm.
That's your choice. You live like that. You enjoy it. Fine. Great for you. Fine with that, actually. For them, not for me. Let's get this straight, Susie. But yes, I think you're absolutely right. The girl being, the sister being there is very dubious. And I saw this in a podcast recently. It's an English personality, but actually she's Canadian, but she's a comedian in the UK. She's very famous in the UK and not in Canada. Her name's Catherine Ryan. And she was talking about cheating. The reason I'm saying this is she said that she thinks she doesn't trust men, even though she's married, loves her husband, is that men have the capacity, the ability to cheat at the drop of a hat.
Got it.
Like if a woman literally is shoving her whatever in his face, it's pretty hard for most men to resist.
Totally.
However, so any man is capable of it. And to a degree, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a real control in there. Whereas women, on the other hand, it's premeditated.
Mhm.
For the most part, it's premeditated. They've liked this guy for a long time. They've thought about it consciously or subconsciously. It's premeditated. And I actually think I agree. So I actually think she is way more to blame on a couple of levels, because I actually think they're both bad, but that's another point I'll come to in a minute. But this is her sister. Do you have no shame? This is your sister. I mean, for God's sake, why do you have to sleep with her husband? And that obviously part of their, open marriage is the threesome, foursome thing. So obviously you can't do that. And so you have crossed the line there, because if that's the point of their relationship, is to bring other people in, then you've crossed the line. You've broken the rules. The man and the woman, the husband and the sister. But the husband, I mean, come on. Like that's my other problem with the husband, is if you are in an open marriage, you are shagging lots of women, right? Why do you need to shag her?
This is why I believe
Shag somebody else.
he is more at fault than the sister is.
Well, I think they're
I think they're both obviously
they're
at
both
fault.
very
But
at fault.
He is the one who knows the rules of the relationship,
Yeah.
whether there are or there
And
aren't.
he can sleep with anybody
He
he
can
wants.
sleep with anyone who
Why
wants.
is he sleeping with her?
He's obviously seduced the other sister because of his dirty mind games.
Yeah.
And 100% that was premeditated, because otherwise it would have been like, oh, hey, by the way, your sister's coming over for a bit.
Yeah.
We have some things we want to talk about without you for no fucking reason.
Yeah, exactly.
This was like 100% his fault.
It's just,
and the sister has just stupidly got drunk and caught up in it. Obviously, she cares about her sister, or if she didn't care about her, she would have told her. She wouldn't have done it, obviously. But if, you know what I mean? Like, she's so worried that, like, she's like, I don't know, I can't believe I just did this.
Well, don't do it then.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
people make stupid fucking mistakes.
They make stupid mistakes, but I think it shows two things. Obviously, they're both attracted to each other. That's stating the obvious. But obviously, the sister is attracted to the husband, and the husband. This is what the problem with open marriages. I'll get to that point. Is he's attracted to her sister, and that means he's not really kind of having an open marriage because he just wants to have other sexual experiences. He's attracted to other people, and that means he could potentially walk off. I mean, it just, to me, opens up all sorts of problems. Does that make any sense to you, what I just said?
Yeah,
but it's bad. It's really, really, really
I mean,
bad.
Of course it's bad. And then also the other thing is that the woman, the sister who slept with the husband, is glossed over, just like completely like, oh, we got drunk and we fucked.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's a big jump,
Yeah.
I'm not fucking everyone I'm
Yeah.
drinking with.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
Jesus Christ.
you know what you're doing. Like, how drunk are you? How
Well,
bad? How old are you too?
Exactly.
Like-
that's a very good point. Like, how drunk are you? That basically we all know when you get drunk, your
Like,
inhibitions.
you must be blackout.
Exactly. You know exactly what you're doing. It's
Even
just,
blackout,
it's just
you know what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you want this, and you know what you're doing, and you're just using it as an excuse.
Totally.
100% using an excuse. And this is your sister. And the man is, I mean, what is wrong with you? Like, you could sleep with anybody. You've now created a massive, terrible fucking triangle. So
Mhm.
now what are you going to say to your wife?
Mhm.
I mean, the only thing you can say is, oh, no, she's out of town, or she's left town, or something.
This is a very controversial question that I'm about to ask you.
Go on then.
And I can foresee the answer.
Go on then.
Obviously it's incest if she were to have a threesome with her sister.
It's not obvious. It bloody is incest. It's
But,
highly illegal and completely gross. Oh my God, you're not actually.
I'm just saying, like,
it's illegal, Susie.
okay, just like, it's not like they can get pregnant or anything. That's why incest is illegal, though, is because of the repercussions of children.
Yeah, and it's gross.
I mean, we're not going to talk about the new White Lotus because you haven't seen it, but
no, I've only seen some of the first episode.
Brothers do stupid things. Sisters also do stupid things.
I know that incest is much more common than people think.
Oh, for sure.
I think it's much more common. I don't have siblings, but I know it's much more common.
I mean, I can't imagine having. It's a weird thing, this two-sister thing. When you're in an open relationship, it's 100%. This is what I'm saying. It's the 100% the husband's fault. He fucked it up because he understands the boundaries. The sister doesn't understand the boundaries. Maybe he's allowed to do this.
Yeah, but the sister's now using this as an excuse. She's going to say, justify it to herself. Well, they have an open marriage. And so, which is obviously, she was attracted to him. So she got a bit drunk. So she went, fuck it. They have an open marriage. Why can't I do this? Because it's a really stupid thing to do.
No, yeah, I'm not.
And it's going to forever cause problems. Yeah. Because you are now going to have to pretty much lie about this for the rest of your life.
Oh, 100%. And family reunions are going to be very weird.
God hope she doesn't get pregnant.
I'm just assuming that she is going to sleep with him again.
Of course. I mean, come on, he's in her life. Of course he's going to, of course. It's too easy.
Especially because if a glass of wine is doing this to you.
Well, Jesus, yeah.
Like, Mel, we take our alcohol very seriously and we can drink quite a bit.
Quite a bit, and I don't bloody sleep with everyone.
I don't know what it would take for me to sleep with your husband or like my sister's husband.
Yeah.
I do not know how much alcohol it would take for me to do that. Like,
well, you wouldn't be able to function.
I don't even think it would.
So what would be the point?
But that's what I'm saying. It's like this is definitely gonna happen again.
Of course it is.
And it's like you obviously don't like respect your sister. Also,
of course not. No. You don't respect your sister. You fancy the pants off your brother-in-law.
You're obviously like jealous of their relationship, I think, a little bit.
Possibly jealous of that. You've been obviously thinking about him, and you maybe not consciously, but you completely, let's give her the benefit of the doubt, subconsciously, in a premeditated way, thought this could be a possibility. And it's happened, and you've justified it by saying that you were drunk and he has an open marriage.
Yep.
And quite frankly, he's a bit of an arsehole.
Yep.
And it's a huge
bit of an asshole. I think he's a lot of an asshole.
I mean, there's so many problems here. What are they going to
keep his secret from his wife about this? I'm sure there's way more secrets.
Of course.
I'm sure he slept with her mother too.
He could have slept with her. I mean, like anybody outside of what he's meant to be doing. He's done it, hasn't he?
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
So bad.
And the other problem is the open relationship is not the issue, which I can't believe I'm actually saying that, is he has no judgment at all. He has no sense of judgment. So if you think about it, it's not just about sex. It's about everything in his life.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't trust him with anything.
No.
I wouldn't trust him at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to lie. and you know my feelings about lying, and lying makes you behave in a weird way, and it causes other issues, and the sister's going to be like, there's something going on here, what's going on, I can't figure it out, and then it's just going to become this thing, and then lying, if you lie once, then you have to lie, and you have to keep lying.
Oh, yeah.
You can't just tell one lie, you've got to tell multiple lies to cover the first lie, and then it's bad. It's really bad. I actually don't know what to tell you. You're damned if you do and damned if you don't. Because if you tell your sister, you'll probably lose your sister.
Yeah.
Their relationship will, even though it's open, will probably break down eventually. And if you don't tell them, you got to live with this. And the likelihood of you sleeping with him again, because again, this man has no judgment whatsoever, and neither does she, it's going to happen. Of course, it's going to happen. I mean, if you are that attracted to somebody that you would cross that kind of boundary.
Well, this man is going to divorce his wife and then marry the sister.
Oh my God. I mean,
if she ever finds out. If the other sister finds out, the wife's sister. The sister wife.
It's just so messed up. But I told you in a previous episode that I knew somebody who.
What?
The father.
Oh my God.
I've told you the story before.
I can't remember.
So the father, my
blocked it out.
Yeah, exactly. My friend's father married my friend's mother.
Oh, right.
Had 2 children.
Yes.
My friend's mother had a sister, and while they were married, he had an affair with the sister and had another 2 children.
With the wife's sister?
Yeah. Had an affair, so she didn't know, and they didn't have a bloody open marriage. I mean, he's now on wife 4 or 5, so but whatever. Not sisters though. She ran out of sisters. She ran out of sisters.
Oh my God.
But my friend,
it's exhausting.
her cousins and her half siblings are the same, one and the same.
Oh my God.
Which is a massive mindfuck. And then they have children that she's very close to, so they're her nieces and nephews and her cousins or something. I mean, it's just like completely messed up.
I want to know how much, how often this happens.
Oh, I think it happens a lot.
You know,
I think it happens a lot. I think it happens a lot. I think, and secrets like this, and they tear people apart because even if you never tell the secret, telling a lie affects your behavior because it means you kind of you overcompensate. Maybe that's the best way of putting it. When you tell a lie, you overcompensate.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like it's like the really fuck thing with like Woody Allen.
Oh, yes.
And like Elon Musk's dad.
What did Elon Musk's dad do?
He's like married to one of his daughters or something in a really weird way, isn't he?
I have no idea.
Yeah, he's like
he can't be married to one of his daughters.
No, but like his adoptive daughter, like Woody Allen did that. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Woody Allen.
I'm pretty sure it's the same situation.
Daughter. I didn't even know that you could do that legally.
I don't think you should be able to do that.
It's extremely weird.
I mean, it's just like how is this able to happen? It blows my mind.
I mean, that is like a different kind of level of creepy. I knew when I was at school, and I went to a girls' school from 11 to 16, and a girl in my class was best friends with this other girl, and they were best friends the whole time, 11 to 16.
Wow.
And then about 10 years later, so I'd say I was about 26 or 27, I found out, or I went to this like social gathering, and the one girl's dad was dating, and they're married now and everything. So the point I'm making is the dad, who was about 40, knew this girl from the age of 11, and then he married her. And you're like, I know you married her while it was legal, but it's questionable in my eyes as to what you were thinking about when it wasn't legal.
I think this happens all the time.
Does it?
I don't want to say all the time, but it's like a grooming thing.
It's like Elvis.
It's a grooming thing.
She was 14 or something.
It's just like these, men. This is why I'm saying this man is the one who is.
Well, he must have had it in his mind.
He is the one who's to blame more than the sister.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think that it's just bad.
Because it's manipulation. It's manipulation.
If he has very open boundaries about sex, because his marriage is structured that way, his mind goes all over the place about who he's thinking about sleeping with. Therefore, he's obviously thought about this a lot, right? In order to do it, right?
Yep.
He's fantasized about her and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not saying that doesn't happen with people, that they obviously, that they don't end up having sex though.
Mhm.
They don't do it because it's not right.
Yeah.
And because it's going to cause a lot of fucking problems. And this is bad. This is really bad.
Yeah.
And I say to you, the young woman, the sister, you're not justified. It is not a
Fuck
justification
no.
that they have an open marriage. I don't give a shit fuck what kind of marriage they have.
She doesn't give a shit fuck.
There is a bloody line. She is your sister
Right.
that you have a relationship with. She's not your long lost sister.
No.
You have a relationship
She's
with
your
her.
full sister.
Sister, you now have messed it up forever because you're going to feel guilty. So you're going to behave in a weird way.
Yep.
And the husband,
Yep.
well, he's not much of a husband, is he?
Oh my God.
I mean,
just a horrible
shocking.
situation.
It's a horrible situation.
Yeah. What would you do if you found? I know you don't have any siblings, so this makes this
Yeah.
question better because it's not reality. So, what would you do if you found out your husband slept with, let's say, your best friend? Because that's more realistic, I guess. You don't have a sister. You'd have to get rid of both of them.
Yeah,
But
100%.
you can't do that with the sister. She's still your sister.
That's true. I wouldn't talk to her anymore, though. Why would I trust her?
You
I
can't.
wouldn't trust her with anything. Can't trust her with my bloody husband. What am I going to trust her with?
Oh.
I wouldn't trust her at all, ever. It is the ultimate crossing of the line.
Do you think that there's any chance that she could tell her sister, being like, this happened? Or do you think it's the husband's responsibility?
God, it's such a loaded situation.
I
isn't it?
know.
I mean, look, on the one hand, if you lie, this is just going to, like I said, lie.
Well, you have to lie. He already lied. He
Oh.
has already started the lie, right? Because she found the glasses of wine.
Yeah.
She's like, bring the other girl over. Let's have a threesome.
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like. And he probably was like, oh, you can't meet her because she's now, I don't know, like what kind of, he's already lied about it.
Yeah.
So now the sister has to come back from the lie or the husband has to tell the truth. I think obviously don't tell anyone, but you're all about truth and communication.
I am.
And I'm against it.
Yeah. I mean, look, like I said, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't.
You're damned.
Because
You're damned.
you're damned. I mean, it's possible the sister who is very open-minded about sex might be like, oh, okay, but kind of don't do it again. But I don't know. I mean, it's kind of gross, isn't it? It's a little too, that circle
It's
is
just-
a little too close
Exactly.
now.
And it's literally because they're going to be in the same room again.
Yeah.
So it's not like, and I know like this isn't how all open relationships work, but like sometimes when they bring, it's like a new partner every time because you don't want to see them again because you don't want them to get too close.
Yes.
But now it's because they're going to have to see each other again
Yes.
at weddings, at celebrations,
Yes.
at family events, things like
Yes.
that. You're never going to be able to look at each other the same way.
No, and I think the other problem is you can tell if people have had some kind of history.
Sexual
Yeah,
history,
because there's a familiarity
right.
that there is not there if you haven't had some kind of intimate stuff going on. Whether it was, important in your life or fleeting or whatever it is, you can kind of tell. And I just think if the sister is experienced sexually, as she obviously is, I mean, she will eventually, she'll be able to see it. But this is bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad. And I really think you should take a very long, bloody look in the mirror at yourself. It's bad.
Because it's like, this has happened. So now you have to deal with it.
Yeah.
So now you got to lie.
You're absolutely right. It's happened and you're going to have to deal with it, whether you lie or you don't lie. But do not make excuses for this.
Yeah.
Be accountable, even if it's just yourself. You've done this, right? So I think you should be accountable. I mean, I don't know what you do because what if the sister keeps asking? And then you're like,
The husband, that's just what I'm saying. It's up to the husband.
he's going to have to make up a whole lie. Oh, yeah, she doesn't live in the city and all that.
She doesn't live in the city, or
She's
like
gone to,
she regretted it because she's a husband,
she's
or like
moved to
something
Brazil
weird.
or something. You have to
Oh
make
my
a
God,
whole
story.
scenario up.
But that's on the
And-
husband. The sister isn't a part of it, which is incredible. The sister has gotten away scot-free. When you get away scot-free, all you have is the piece of your heart, the guilt.
Yeah. But I agree with that. It's just that if she has slept with her brother-in-law,
Yeah.
with so little as a few glasses of wine, she obviously, like I said, majorly fancies him, majorly attracted to him, which is a problem. Obviously, this happens. We're human beings. Can't control these things.
Mhm.
How is she going to stop that from showing? Even with all, you got to be a pretty good actor.
Yeah.
You know? And
when you have another couple bottles of wine,
then what's
you're
going to
gonna
happen?
fuck again.
Of course. This is bad, Suzie.
I know, but that's okay. I don't know. I want to know if anyone else of our audience has had a situation like this, because I feel like this is very similar to like sleeping with someone's best friend, even though it's not. But like friend groups are sometimes even closer than
Yeah.
families are.
I think it's very common
Yeah.
that stuff happens where you sleep with a best friend or a wife or whatever. Of course, that happens all the time, or people even leaving their partners and going off with the best friend or the sister or whatever, which is horrible. And that happens all the time. Of course it does. But here, to me, this is the crazy thing, is they have an open marriage. Therefore, he has a whole pass for life. And he still fucked it up. This is amazing to me. But the sister has the audacity to blame it on that. It's like, no, you did wrong, girl.
Girl, you in trouble.
Yeah. Did you like that?
I did, actually.
Anyway, I'm incensed, infuriated.
We're infuriated, but also it's shit happens.
It does.
Jinx, yell me in. Glass of wine. So bad. Such a bad joke. Anyways, guys, we're gonna move on because this is too much.
This has gone into very weird places.
Horrible. But if you guys have had experiences like this, we want to know. I mean, I'm hoping we can start with a family member, but most likely you're sleeping with a best friend. You're sleeping with
Somebody
another friend's
shouldn't be.
wife.
Yeah.
Someone you shouldn't be. If you've slept with someone you shouldn't be, or something like that, we'd love for you to talk about it with us. You might even be on the pod. And you can send us an email, send us a voicemail, sharingmytruth.com, or just DM us your story on any of our socials at sharingmytruthpod. We'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to discuss it.
Absolutely.
Ready for it, guys. Love you.
Until next time. Thanks so much for listening. Please rate and review this podcast and follow us on social at Sharing My Truth Pod, and leave us a voicemail on our website at sharingmytruth.com to share your stories and experiences with us. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.